No, no, it's Strahd.
Yes, it is I, Strahd. I have come to vanquish you from my castle Ravenloft. Yet, somehow, even though I snuck up on you, I am going last. Somehow.
Oh no, well, we will win because this is Adventurers League and it's pretty much like
Illegal to, lose in Adventurers League, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, have at you then. Haha! I am Strahd. We've been playing for 4 months. And now, I will beat you up. Because I am Strahd, the big bad evil guy. Okay, well, since I'm going first, I'm gonna use my Mantle's Courage on this fancy +1 weapon that you just left lying around. And now everyone gets extra 1d4 radiant damage. Wahahaha. Oh, and then I'm gonna action surge and bop you twice. Boop, boop. Ow, that didn't feel very good, especially with the extra, radiant damage. How did you know I didn't like that? Oh yeah, one of those was a crit, by the way. That's probably why I hurt a little bit more. Ah, damn it. Ah, it's my turn now. Wait, I want to use my legendary action. Boop. Ow, that didn't feel good. Haha. Well, now you know how much it sucks to get booped. Well, I'm gonna use my inspiration and roll with advantage and boop, crit on you. Ow. Yes, I am pumping my highest level radiant damage smite into you. Plus, I get that Mantle's Courage, which also scales with a crit. Right? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah! Boop! Ow. That actually hurt a lot. Well, let me legendary action and boop you back. Ah, I am the ranger. It's my turn. Let me use my souped up bow to hit you. Toink! Ow. Ow, that hurt. Normally it wouldn't hurt as much, but because you also do radiant damage because of Mantle's Courage. Oh no. Yes. And I am going to cast Moonbeam, because I am a druid, and that's what I do. Ow, ow, ow. That's right. Our table plays that Moonbeam does damage on the very first time it hits you as well. That's how we've always done it. Even though it's wrong. Yes, haha. Yes, and the bard is gonna go. The bard is gonna cast a spell on you. No, he's not. He's actually going to try to hold you with his vampire, the Ravenkind symbol. Haha, I'm going to pass that. Well, crap. Well, that's all my turn. Haha, it's my turn. The sneaky rogue. I have this luck blade that we keep forgetting that we have. And I'm going to wish. I'm going to wish something. No, don't wish something. Don't wish something. I wish with all my might that Strahd was dead, and we'd end this fight. Did you just wish Strahd to be dead? Yeah, we're gonna win. Ha 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 ha. Does he not know that I'm already dead? No, apparently he doesn't. Oh crap. Well that was my turn. Haha, it's my turn now. Oh crap, Moonbeam. Oh no. Fail the save even with advantage and I'm dead.
That's actually how it happened. About 4 months of playing with this table in Adventurers League, including my co-host Matt, I flubbed it. The big bad evil guy fight we were all ready for, and it was screwed up because I didn't take Strahd's tactics seriously enough. Somehow, I severely underestimated my players, and he was dead in a round. Because it was Adventurers League, I couldn't just reset the game and be like, okay guys, let's try that from the top again. And because I had to follow Adventurers League rules, I couldn't do all the things that I believe should be done to make the fight a little bit more memorable. I'm not going to use the Adventurers League excuse anymore. I ran it poorly. But I have successfully run it very well multiple times, so I'm going to give you some insight on Strahd and how to run this encounter the best you can. Just a quick warning, don't continue watching if you plan on playing Curse of Strahd, as I'll be going over much detail of Strahd's stats. However, if you're running the game, stick around. Strahd is a CR 15 lawful evil monster with 144 hit points if the Heart of Sorrow is destroyed, or 194 if it isn't. He has a 16 AC in all of his forms, and his 9th level spellcaster abilities are based off of his 20 intelligence. Now, if your players are really hurting, you may tone down this fight, but honestly, come on. It's Curse of Strahd, it's Strahd himself. If it ends in a TPK, what a way to go, right? So, first things first, throw the lair action rule that says Strahd needs a 20 on initiative to have his lair actions away. This is freaking Castle Ravenloft. Give him his lair actions at the top of every turn. I don't care if Strahd goes last, he still uses his lair actions. Out of the 4 possibilities, the final possibility that allows him to summon a shadow from the PC's own shadow is the best one that he has by the book. The PC does get a DC 17 Charisma save, but I say let it automatically happen until all the PCs have had their shadows used, and this includes any of the NPCs that are with them as well. Strahd has a special once-a-day ability that allows him to summon a swarm of bats. Get rid of that. It takes an action and is unhelpful. Instead, at the top of every initiative, roll the Strahd's minion table on page 239 and use this as a lair action in conjunction with the shadow. They aren't high-level creatures, but that's just one more thing to be running around trying to annoy the PCs. Now on to Strahd himself. We're going to assume the players have all the souped up magic items and all the radiant damage they can dish out on him. Save Strahd's 3 legendary resistances for the hold vampire spells that the magic items can give him, or the extreme radiant damage spells. He wants to try to survive being held, or the extreme radiant damage. Use his speed and his spider climb to always stay in the shadows and to always avoid any sunlight damage. Remember, the spider climb allows him to climb without any checks at full speed. He can use that to hide in the rafters and hard-to-reach areas, even giving him partial cover or disadvantage on attacks against him. Honestly, the only spell I use for him is Fireball and Animate Dead, at least during the fight, but more on that later because there is one more thing. Strahd has legendary actions, and make sure to use them. The 3 legendary actions he has is 1, the ability to move without provoking any attacks of opportunity. He can make an unarmed strike, or he can do a very good bite attack. The bite is the best option of his 2 multi-attacks. It doesn't do too much damage, only 1d6 plus 4 piercing, and 3d6 necrotic. But the necrotic drains max hit points and heals Strahd that number of hit points. Now, all throughout the book, if something requires a long rest to fix it, it usually also says a restoration spell can fix it. This is the one case that specifically doesn't mention a restoration spell to fix this, only a long rest. So I read that as, there's no fixing unless you sleep for 8 hours. Use this to your advantage. Bite the weakling multiple times, using turns and legendary actions. The wizard or sorcerer will now be down maximum hit points, and those rat swarms, bat swarms, ghouls, and vampire spawn from the lair action that run all over the place and even fly are now actually quite a big issue. Your cleric has to struggle keeping them alive, and he'll have to waste his turn healing the weaker PCs. That means less radiant damage that's being thrown at Strahd. Vampire Spawn and bats can reach a flying spellcaster, trying to avoid the damage. So can Strahd then again. But if Strahd needs to, he can turn his action to animate the Vampire Spawn into zombies if they've already been dead, to keep them around and harass the weaker PCs. What I'm trying to get at is use the minions to also attack the very weak PCs, making sure that the cleric has to waste all of his actions just trying to keep them alive. Now don't worry about Strahd's charm effect, it's not worth it. If Strahd needs to heal, and his 20 hit point healing at the start of his turn isn't healing him enough for you, what you can do is I have been known to giving him a scroll of heal at 7th level. That way it'll help him instantly boost up 80 hit points if he truly needs it. That's like a back pocket get out of jail free card that I have for him, and honestly, he's Strahd, he's got so much jewels and other treasures, why wouldn't he have a scroll of heal somewhere? Now remember, he is a spellcaster, so being a spellcaster, he can in fact cast a few attack spells, like Fireball, which is one of the few that he comes with in the stat block that I think is actually worth it, though I do give him one more spell. He doesn't have Counterspell, so I give him that, but I don't use it in the way that you think. The way I think Strahd should be played is that he doesn't give a damn about your damage spells. Strahd's counterspells are only used when the cleric or a bard or someone is trying to heal. It's such a jerk thing to do, but boy does it piss off the cleric when he is trying to heal the nearly dead sorcerer and you counterspell his cure wounds. Oh my gosh, you want to piss off your PCs? That is a hilarious way to do it. Just use his reaction to counterspell anything that's healing. That's a real good move. It's a real smart way to play Strahd right there. Hopefully this keeps Strahd alive for a few rounds, all of this that you've been doing. If need be, again, a homebrew thing that I have been known to do is give him a Death Cleric companion to keep him alive. So this Death Cleric, maybe a ghost or something, it would be homebrewed in any sense. You can make him however you want. You should bring him or her into the fight with Strahd at the very beginning. That's a great way to try to keep him alive. It really throws off the player's expectations when you have a dedicated healer for your big bad evil guy. Whew! Okay, so now that Strahd has, even though being healed and even though he's dished out a good amount of damage, he has taken a beating from all the radiant spells. He's nearly drained the wizard to 0 hit points at this point, but he himself is going to drop to 0 at this point. So as a DM you have a couple of options. When Strahd drops to 0, he doesn't go unconscious immediately, he turns into mist and he goes back to his coffin. Now if he's in direct sunlight, he can't transform to mist and is immediately destroyed. Woohoo, the players win. Up to you if you want to use that rule. However, I usually do have him reform back in his coffin almost immediately. Now the players have an hour to find his coffin, if they haven't already, or hopefully for their sake figure it out that they have to get back to his coffin in 1 hour. Why? Because in 1 hour, Strahd becomes conscious with 1 hit point. Why is that such a big deal? Well, under his regeneration rule, the rules for Strahd say as long as Strahd has 1 hit point and isn't taking damage from holy water or radiant damage, he heals 20 hit points. And 1 round is 6 seconds. All Strahd needs is 1 hour and 48 seconds to be completely healed back to full, as if it never happened. If the PCs are racing to his coffin from another floor, and you're rolling the random encounters for every room like you're supposed to be, they will not probably make it in time. And then they get to his room and the battle happens all over again. Yes, that's right. The PCs are licking their wounds, and Strahd is like, come at me, bro. I'm good to go. Whew. Well, it all really depends on how strongly you want to play Strahd. Because fighting Strahd, no matter what, is going to be memorable, as long as it's not exactly by the book. Strahd's fight needs to be lasting. It needs to be something that the PCs, well, the players actually themselves, will be talking about for the rest of the year, if not from years to come. These are just what I do to make it more fun. Some of my fellow DMs have had luck with Strahd throwing PCs out the windows with gusts of wind, and also dominating the strongest party member to attack their own party. In the end, exactly by the book is a terrible way to run Strahd. But homebrew it a little bit, and you'll make your players end the game going, "That's why Curse of Strahd is so good."